Hi, this is Robert Scott, host of Wineline TV and Wineline Radio. Just wanted to take a minute to introduce you to Sorrentino Vesuvio Winery on the slopes of Mount Vesuvius. This is an exceptional winery. We had an opportunity to get to know the family. You'll see Maria Paula Sorrentino giving us a tasting along with our good friend Vincenzo Di Antonio, Italian wine journalist. So I hope you enjoy it. We certainly enjoyed the wine and enjoyed meeting them. Stay tuned. What wine are you opening for us first?
We are opening our sparkling Lacrima Christi Doré from the harvest of 2016. This wine is obtained by the typical blend of Lacrima Christi white, 90% Capretone grape, and 10% of Falangina. So there are two local white grape varieties. This is a really interesting white wine, sparkling, so spumante, obtained by long Charmat method. So it means that the fermentation takes place in still and not in a bottle, like the classic French champagne, but for a very long time, 8 months in still tanks and 1 year in a bottle. So,
Prosit. For us it's important, the two touch.
So many times.
The first today.
So, first of all, I want to give you some information about the name of this wine. It is Doré. Doré is a Napolitan expression that means the wine of the king. Doré, the wine of the king. Why? Because Bosco Tre Case, so the place where we are, was an old wood of the king that was in Naples, Roberto d'Argio, where they and him, of course, came here to catch the animals because it was a really famous place. And this was part of its kingdom. And so the wine of the king, by this characteristic, because the vineyards are located in this place. So it's a really fresh white wine, sparkling, young, 2016. Is brut, so it's dry.
Small bubbles.
Fine bubbles, yes. Not really carbonic. Not really carbonic, but so not really aggressive, but very pleasant. We suggest this wine to combine even with a starter, so from starter until dessert, because it's a really complete white wine. So it's no sweet, no really extra root, so it's in the middle. It's a really mineral as well, because it's not heavy about the taste.
So this would be a very good food wine.
Yes,
I was
exactly.
going to say the same, so I'm so proud that I was saying the same. Meaning, maybe let's just say in a unpolite way, I become unpolite. But it is not an aperitif wine.
No.
It is a wine to pair with food, as
Yes,
you say.
exactly.
And exactly, I agree with you, and I can imagine here, Paola, also some our fat fresh cheese, fior di latte,
Yeah,
mozzarella,
of course.
because it
Dairy
is
products,
strong
so-
enough to clean. No? It
Exactly.
is strong enough to clean. So,
Okay.
Lovely. It's and it's I will say it's not typical. It has an entirely different flavor and aroma profile. Very pleasant, and I agree with what you say about going with cheeses, particularly like ricotta,
Yes, exactly.
mozzarella, burrata.
And something
burrata,
is a very
Burrata
It is,
here.
yeah, it is very difficult to find a good combination with this kind of food because
Sure.
it's very hard to find something. But so we are really proud of this product. First of all, because it's a really unique experiment made 100% here on Vesuvio. So we have our machine, and so we follow all the process from the grape until the bottle. So, and we are very proud of it.
And it justifies your pride, I think. Okay, grazie.
Prego.
Very nice. What do you think, Mary?
It's really nice.
But so let's take some food.
Sure.
Please help
Prego.
yourself.
I'll wait. I'll wait.
Wait, can I do that? Or?
Yes, you can do that.
Okay. Okay, so now you can try our bruschetta, please, with the fresh eggplant marinated by our vineyard and the
Tomato.
tomatoes. On top
Which
of
breed of
them,
tomato, Paola?
Sorry?
Which tomato? Which are?
This is piennolo tomato.
Okay, you have to
Piennolo
say.
tomato. On top of this bruschetta, we already poured our extra virgin olive oil on top.
I wanted to use a lesson that I learned from American friend. A so nice American friend asked me, but how possible that your way to describe, to give a label to a food, never enough one word? Because now I asked Paula which breed of tomato. For us it's very important. You can't say it is bruschetta with tomato. Sorry? Tomato. We have dozens of tomatoes. So which tomato? Then she replied me, it is one of the most, how to say, important tomato. That is Piennolo del Vesuvio. Why Vesuvio? Because here we are. Piennolo to mean it is here the whole winter, and every day it loses water, and so improves the richness of the flower.
I see.
So the more it stays under the roof, the ceiling of the farm,
So you
the
can
best it
see
becomes.
piennolo here. So just to
So.
imagine how it is.
And also eggplants from Vesuvio.
I love it. I love it.
So look, it's like a big grape, a big cluster, where you can find all the tomatoes together, and we leave them for the winter. And so even in the winter, this is not the season of tomatoes, you can try a fresh product, a fresh tomato from the land. That is really unusual for the other varieties.
Well,
And when
So-
there is
I'll be the judge of that.
Enjoy.
when there is the great dinner, the Christmas Eve, the challenge is that we need tomato, but we need the last meal, not the day before. So we go, grab, and use immediately in the dish.
Delicious.
Mhm.
Did you eat the artichoke? I mean, the eggplant?
Oh, I'm going to.
They are marinated eggplant, so the one that we grow between the vineyard during the summer. So part we, of course, use for daily life. So, and part we use to marinate for the winter to have, of course, another fresh product.
Tastes like her father's eggplant.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
really.
My father.
Oh, so it's
They
a
had the
great
best
memory.
ones, huh? Well, his family all came
Wonderful.
from this area.
Oh, okay. So you have Italian
Do you mind?
or Napolitan roots.
Mostly now.
I'm gonna try that with the,
And a little Sicilian, one of my
Oh.
grandfathers.
Thank you so much. Leah.
Tell me,
Oh.
beautiful
Good,
place.
good. So it's a typical tradition. So to make the food for the winter, starting from the fresh product. Thank you.
My pleasure. Who is
I'm
the
happy
driver?
that you really enjoyed this first.
Who is the driver?
this-
You're the driver.
No, I can't.
Oh,
That's why I asked.
this is good.
I do not love eggplant, okay? But I loved her father's eggplant, Mary's father's eggplant, and this tastes just like it. Just absolutely like
A little more garlic for you.
it.
More garlic?
He was crazy about garlic, so.
Oh, okay.
Delicious.
So remember that our wines are all organic. So organic certified. It is really important to know. So we want that after tasting our wines, you can feel our soil. That is really important for us because we have to identify the view or the value of the terroir. So we are just translators of this area. So we don't make nothing more without our competencies.
So you take what nature gives you
Correct.
and you apply your touch to it.
Exactly. So in fact, so I'm going to describe a label of the last red in this way because so all our wines they belong to a different kind of production because our vineyard being located between the 300 meters until 600 meters, the composition of the soil going to the top is different. And it's different even our production and our selection of grapes. And so we have taken 3 different wines that belong to different kind of production. The sparkling is a sparkling. Capretone, that is the next wine, belongs to our classic line of production. So the vineyard located between 350 meters until 450. And then our Frupa, that is a selection of Pitti Rosso, located on 600 meters. You see, we have 3 different labels for different kind of production. And in each there is a different expression of our philosophy of winemaking. So the next wine is our Capretone. Capretone is a classic white grape variety from Vesuvio, mostly from Vesuvio respect to the other areas of our region. Is a DOC wine, organic, dedicated to my grandmother, Benita. Benita 31. 31 is the year when she was born. And the acre that we have seen is her first heritage. So for that reason we are particularly proud of this white wine that we dedicated to her. Harvest 2017, so it's really young. In fact, so the last harvest is this one. Even because just for the harvest of last year, we can use this name Capretone on our label because it was not recognized like a grape variety from the area. It was confused with the Coda di Volpe, that is another white grape variety, more cultivated in the rest of Campania, less here on Vesuvio. But some bureaucracy about this name of the grape. We just last harvest we can use this grape. We can use the name of this grape, Capretone, because it was confused with the other white grape variety, still cultivated even in this area, but is not particularly from Vesuvio. More from Campania region.
Especially in Puglia, you can say.
Exactly, especially in Slovenia.
So here's to Nona.
To my grandmother.
Exactly.
Benita.
Benita. Nona
Can you imagine
Benita.
why Benita?
Why Benita?
Because when we were under the fascism, the name of Mussolini was Benito, So if you gave your son or your daughter name Benita, especially Benito, especially if it was the 10th son, 1, 2, 3, 4, the 10th son, you receive money. You receive one shot money. Yes. Lo sapevi questo, no?
Sì, no, lo
Il
sapevo,
decimo bisognava chiamarlo Benito.
Ma era maschio però.
Sì,
Era maschio.
evidentemente il tuo bisnonno ci teneva a
Ci
prescindere.
teneva, vabbè.
Ci teneva a prescindere. Non era così.
I went ahead and took a piece of this cheese. What cheese is that?
This is a fresh cheese, it's a provolone cheese.
That's what I
Provolone
was gonna say.
cheese
From cow.
exactly, from cow and from the National Park of Milky Mountain. You
Delicious.
try it with a little bit of our jam from plums. You can try even a very little
Sure.
combination with the cheese.
And I want to say even about the capretone, it's nice, no? Because as Paula said, the alternate name is Coda di Volpe. If we translate Coda di Volpe, is the tail of the fox. So look how many, because now we found only 2, but there are many in Italy, name of grapes whose root is something that is linked to animals. No? So pere palum,
Makes
no?
sense, yeah.
Huh? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So only here we saw the 2, no? Please, go.
The wine is so soft.
This is a really soft,
Yeah.
yes, even if it's really young as well.
And provolone with a touch of the, this is.
Plum jam. Plum jam.
Plum, okay.
This is a very good white wine to combine even with an aperitif forwards with a starter, with fresh cheese, because it's a very long in the mouth, but as a good alcohol content is 12.5, so it's not really light, like of course so the color, but
Ma questo è
esatto,
intuito,
it's a good,
Capretone.
sì, esatto, it's a good
Only,
body.
no blend, capretone, questo 100%.
100%.
Very good.
You could drink too much of this.
Exactly. So do you remember that I told you that the minerality of our wines is really evident when you drink it. So you are never tired to drink our wines. Your mouth never needs water to be cleaned
Sure.
because more salivation. So wine, more salivation. This is a typical characteristic of our wines, and these are characteristics that you can identify when you want to recognize the kind of wine that you are drinking. So the Vesuvio is really important.
The added value.
Yeah.
That is the added value of the soup. Yes, I agree.
Do you have much of an international market, or is it mostly
Good
domestic?
question.
Our market, they are international and national, yes. So the most part of our production is for export, and so the rest divided between the national market and the regional market.
How much is export? The share, the slice.
The percentage of export is more than 60%.
My God. Wonderful. It is the way not to survive, to grow.
Yes.
Because if your core business is a domestic market, if you are lucky, you survive. But you make no
Exactly.
profit. If you are lucky, you survive. Because you make no money to make investment.
Right.
Because you have to work twice. One to sell and one to knock at the door and beg money. The truth. I'm sorry, I don't like to say that, but it is the
No,
truth.
it's true.
My God, it is the truth. So,
But this is even the reason that, so for example, our foreign customers, they used to drink our wines in a foreign restaurant, for example, where they live, and they are so interested about even our wines, also to know about our winery, and they even come to visit us.
do you see?
And
She's
so,
in Florida.
the most part of our customers, they come especially to visit us and to drink our wines. So, for example, if they are planning a visit to Italy, they try to include the visit even at our winery because they tried our wines.
Is one country a particularly big user or consumer of your wine, or is like in the United States?
United States, yes, is a big market for us, especially for the people that come to visit us. So mostly of them, they are United States, so
And
Americans.
who is your importer?
We have different distributors, but our chain of distribution is only for restaurant, bar, and hotels. So it's
okay.
not for
No shelves.
no exactly no
no
big
retail.
chain supermarket or liquor store or something. But we have a good solution about the shipment. So we ship wine to their address.
B2C.
Okay, direct.
Even. So we have both chains.
This is the future.
It is
The
smart.
future to save the profit is B2C.
Absolutely.
If you want to make a profit.
Yeah.
If you want to make it coming, okay, but where is the profit?
We cut out the middleman.
I agree completely with you. Can you make amongst USA the share of the single state? In other words,
It's too hard to say.
Okay.
It's too hard to say.
too hard to say because of hidden news or because you don't know?
Oh no, because so it's no. We have no big market located just in one state.
Oh.
So it's
okay,
distributed in several states.
And is Florida one of these?
Yes, of course. Yes.
Yeah, Florida is now the second largest wine consumer in the United States. New York first, Florida second,
And you know quite
California is third.
the fact.
Oh,
And you
it's
know
the
quite
one kingdom of United States, California.
I know, but we consume more wine in Florida. Thank you.
Okay.
Because, Paolo, something that is very interesting. You have to understand that Florida is what was for us Rimini until 30 years ago. Meaning,
Okay.
everyone who goes there, you have to go to spend a vacation there. Do you agree with what I'm saying?
Mhm.
No, because I know Florida and so and so. So, of course, it is a big market. Because in winter, half of America is spending there at least 3 nights.
And South America,
And the South America, correct.
Brazil,
And the South America.
Venezuela,
My
Argentina,
God. What scares,
Chile,
The tourists we have is.
Colombia.
correct. What scares me is in the retail, in the mall, the label, the text. American, Spanish. My God. Oramai così è bilingue. I supermercati,
è vero,
più
è
text.
vero.
Oh my God. So I hope someday also Italian because I go there.
The white is lovely. Thank you.
Lovely, yeah.
Like it.
Allora, let's make a joke because here for us it's a lovely meeting, you know, it is a pleasure.
It certainly is.
Correct. So let's make this joke. You must, otherwise, I shoot you. You must decide between the two wines which is aperitif, which is not. I say that the second one is aperitif.
I agree.
Visto?
I
agree.
Yeah. So the second one is aperitif, the first one is full food.
In Florida, we would say the second one is a wine to have by the pool.
Correct. Not in the glass,
Or
in the plastic.
Or on the beach.
And the Pala learned this lesson. The label he gave to the Capretone, the wine on the pool, no, il vino in piscina. Meaning you talk and drink,
Yeah.
you swim and drink,
You put the
you become
suntan lotion
tannin and
on,
drink.
and you sit down, you stretch out, you get a good book, which you never look at. And you pick up a glass of
Capretone.
Capretone. Capretone.
Capretone.
That
Yeah.
capra is good. No, is the animal that you make a cheese, no? Good.
Yes.
Right. Capra. Capretone means so big.
So big. The big bag.
Però questa label tienitela perché è molto bella.
Interesting,
Cioè
right?
prendila, non di pure. Il vino da bere in piscina.
Da beneficio.
Che per loro è un complimento, perché in piscina che stai rilassando.
It's a beautiful color. I don't know whether you can
Non
really
la
see
nostra
it.
vicina rubina,
Have to walk it up.
no, esatto opposto.
Sì, una certa selezione, capito? Benissimo, benissimo.
Tell us about the red. This red has an amazing nose.
The next red is our frupa. It's a selection of piedi rosso. Do you remember about the pigeon leg
The
grape?
leg of the bird.
100%. 100% the vineyard cultivated on 600 meters above the sea level. So where the composition of the soil is a big lava stones. So it's really, really hard to cultivate.
The grandfather is Vesuvio.
Ah,
Yeah,
Of course, otherwise you can't have this grape, this flavor.
no Vesuvio.
Nonno Vesuvio,
Nonno
correct.
Vesuvio.
Nonno Vesuvio, the grandfather.
The name is really interesting as well, frupa, and so this name it stands for the fruit of our passion, because so Piedi Rosso is a really wild grape, so it's not easy to make. Like for example, Aglianico is really wild. The production per plant is really low, never over only 500 grams per plant. So we make a really, really high selection of the grapes. This wine has a very, very small passage in French oak barrel, second use, about 12 months, and 12 months in the bottle. The harvest is 2013, and the alcohol content is 13.5. So it's really interesting to know about the label of this wine. So as I told you before, each wine belongs to a different chain of production. This is our selection, Prodivi, cru, of our production as well. So black label for Frupa, golden name, and 2 hands. The male hand represents the man of our family, of my family. It is my father and my brother. They carry the hard job of the vineyard. In fact, this hand carries the grape. And the female hand, represented by me, my sister, she's the winemaker of the winery, and my mom. Of course, it's a family business, so we are all together involved in our family, in our winery, and this soft touch of the women is represented by the butterfly. And in the middle, Mount Vesuvius, so Vesuvio, the area where we are.
Oh, lovely.
Yes.
Don't mind. We get a little closer view of that. It's a lovely label.
But we are on records, off records. Are you recording?
Yes.
Oh,
Ma really?
You've been
Yes.
on TV, you don't even know it.
No, so better.
That's why
I
I,
agree
This is
with Paolo. But,
that's
no,
why,
really.
Yeah,
that's
because
why
you are
that's why I say for you.
Okay.
Okay,
And
so
completely very important. And
there's a very beautiful complexity. So according to my nose,
I wanted to say 2 things about it. Also, exactly what Paola said. If you have not passion, you don't make it. Because hard in the vineyard, hard in the winery, and so. But when you taste it, do you agree that it is the heaven, the paradise of grapes squeezed? You are squeezing the grapes, that's all. Not the vino frutto, no? We should say wine fruit wine.
You're squeezing heaven.
Why not?
Ah, why not?
Why not? Squeezing.
Now, I just took a piece of hard cheese, and is this a form of Parmesan, or it should go great?
exactly.
E parmigiano questo? Ma davvero? So, you see, we are not obsessing from local terroir, local area.
Oh, yeah.
The king of
Me,
Parmigiano.
you'll be able to eat dinner.
Buon proposito.
That's too
Questa cosa del parmigiano, Paolo, allora, domani ti mando l'email. C'è la notte del parmigiano. Tu lo fai qui di sera. Dopo ti mando l'email. Non dopo, domani mattina presto.
And is the salami
This
local?
is soppressata.
Soppressata.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a really, it's not very thin because so you have to enjoy it very, very, yeah. Exactly.
The al dente.
He should have been Italian.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Italian.
We are not in a rush. Very, very good.
I have to have my DNA done.
So what kind of food do you want to pair with this?
Simple as that.
So bizarre. It's hard to say.
Lamb. I think lamb, veal.
Mhm.
Lamb, but not in the oven. Lamb with tomato, not in the oven. Not so dry. But may I break the rules? I break the rules. Ghiotto with impepata di cozza. Mussels with the black pepper and the tomato. Oh my.
Perfect.
No, really, sei d'accordo? Paola? Va bene.
Yeah, so this is, I agree with you, especially because of Piedi Rosso, even in other people, they say that it's good to combine with fish, that in general, the red wine is never combined with the fish in general imaginary, so.
I combine red wine with fish all the
With
time,
the, okay.
particularly with mussels.
Yes.
Most particularly with mussels. This
Yes.
is lovely.
Great red wine, great Ghiotto. It was elegant, but not, no, not civettuola, not beef.
And this is the first time I've ever tasted this grape.
You see?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it won't be the last,
Good.
because I'm going to pour just a little bit more.
Thank you.
You like Mary?
Yeah, I like it.
Good.
I'm fine though.
More than me? So you like?
No.
Maria?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for hosting us at your winery.
Thank you to you for coming here.
And Vincenzo, thank you for
Thank
your
you,
comments.
Vincenzo, of course. That,
So,
We will be spending the next few days with Vincenzo visiting a few other wineries.
four.
four.
So
So, by the
we're
way,
looking forward to continuing the program.
of
Thank you
course.
again so much.
So I'm waiting for a lot of visitors from Florida.